There is a custom to learn Pirkei Avot from the holiday of Passover until Shavuot, because it's 7 weeks. But the Chassidim have a custom, some of them do, and Chabad is one of them, they have a custom to learn Pirkei Avot from Pesach till Rosh Hashanah. And that's what we do. Pirkei Avot begins with the line of, how do you say, Masoret, of, what do they call it? The Masoret, the line of tradition. Okay. The Torah was given down from generation to generation. What happened? When God gave the Torah to Moses, so he gave the Torah written and oral. God gave the written Torah and explained it. Why did God do it like that? Well, first of all, if God would have just given Moses on Mount Sinai, if he would have given him a stone or a ring or something like that, that would be enough. Religions are based on a lot less than that. Right? But Hashem gave Moshe an entire Torah, 10 commandments, written in stone. And all the rest of the Torah, all the rest of the 5 books of Moses, that Moshe wrote down on parchment. That's called the written Torah. The 10 commandments and all the rest of the written Torah that's written on parchment. The 10 commandments are also written on parchment. That was all given to Moshe on Mount Sinai. And Moses wrote this down. Before he passed away, he wrote down a Sefer Torah for every single tribe. So there's 10 original Sefer Torahs. Original. Somewhere they're given. One of them is in the Ark. It's supposed to be in the Ark. When they found the original Sefer Torah. There's stories about what is Rebbe Mirottenberg that says that an angel came down, or Moshe himself came down and he dictated him the Torah, that when he was in prison, and that there's a Sefer Torah that was supposed to be handed down directly from Moses to Ezra HaSofer. Ezra HaSofer, that's supposed to be somewhere. They said the previous Rebbe saw it. In any case, the Torah has been passed down from generation to generation by the Jewish people against all odds. Right? The Jewish people have been kicked out of countries, they've been murdered, they've been slaughtered, they've been raped, they've been burned, they've been ransacked. But the first thing they always saved was Sefer Torahs. The stories about Jews running into the synagogues, even now, and saving the Sefer Torah, saving the Sefer Torah. Jews smuggling small Sefer Torahs out of Auschwitz and taking them out with them in Spain, things like that. Incredible stories about Sefer Torahs. Even more incredible, the Jews smuggled out, they kept the Talmud. Talmud, there's volumes and volumes of Talmud. Okay, in any case, the written Torah is the basis of the Jewish people, the written Torah. It's very, very complicated. There's a lot of laws, a lot of rules. If you don't have an oral Torah, an explanation, you can't understand anything. The whole thing makes absolutely no sense, as is proved by Christianity. Christianity took the Torah that was given to Moses, and they said, forget about the oral Torah. We accept every letter of the Torah. Every letter of the Bible is true, right? Every letter. But we don't accept any of the explanations. We have a whole total new explanation. We have a man that came along, and he's giving a new explanation of what the Torah is. We got a New Testament of this, of this. What does everything mean? Everything means spiritual. Keep Sabbath means spiritual. Don't kill, spiritual. Everything is spiritual. What? The Tzaddukim. There's a lot of people. Don't worry, not only them. The Tzaddukis as well, right? Then nowadays we have reform and people like that they don't even care about the whole business at all. They say forget. But I'm talking about people that really took the Torah seriously. There were the Tzaddukis, there were the Karaites, there was the Shomranim, right? Those are the people that are called the Sadducees. Those are the Tzaddukim, those are the Sadducees, right? The Sadducees. These people, they took the Torah and they said, we'll interpret it however we want to. This is the destruction of Judaism. Anyone who wanted to destroy Judaism, that's how they did it. Was through the oral Torah, the interpretation of the Torah. Right? Intermarriage, you're not allowed to marry a non-Jew. What does a non-Jew mean? Anybody who doesn't like Judaism. What is a Jew? Anyone who likes Judaism. Want to be a Jew? You're a Jew. right? Doesn't depend on anything, just on what you want. Okay, if you want to interpret your way that you are, you're one of the rabbis, or even more, you're God, then you can do whatever you want, right? You can do whatever you want to. But the Jewish people have been sacrificing to keep every letter and every law of the oral Torah. And a lot of it is given to interpretation. That's what we have the Shulchan Aruch for. There's arguments between the Ramah and between the Beis Yosef and the Shach and the Taz and the Rif and the Ran and the Rosh and all these great people. And these arguments are, a lot of them, very, very, you can take any opinion you want. There are sometimes you can accept any opinion you want because they're all the words of God. Sometimes you can't. There's laws. Who you can't. You can't go according to Beit Shammai now. In any case, it's very complicated. It's very wonderful. That's what all the yeshivas are about. Because this is actually the word that God is saying right now, not what he said back then, 3,000 years. So this is what's called the Masoret, the chain of tradition. How the Torah was given down from generation to generation. And that's how Pirkei Avot starts off. Let's go. Moshe Kibel, B'siyata D'Shmaya, with the help of God. Right? That's the main thing of every mimer. The main thing of every mimer is these three letters. With the help of God. Help of God. And what is God? That we're going to learn. That God helps us, that you're going to find out. God really does help us. He really does, really does help you in your own personal life. B'siyata D'Shmaya, with the help of God. Shabbos Parshas Nasoy. Tafshin Beit 1942. Moshe Kibel Torah Misinai. Moses got the Torah from Sinai. At Sinai. Okay, Herschel. Umasra Yoshua. And he gave it to Yoshua. Yoshua was his big pupil. Yeshua Lizkenim. And Yeshua gave it to the elders. Vizkenim and the elders, Lin Nevi'im, to the prophets. Vin Nevi'im and the prophets, Masruah, the prophets were in the first temple, right? Prophets were in the first temple, mostly. Masruah, they gave it, La'anshe Knesset Gadola, to the people of the first, what is it called? The Great Assembly. That was between the first temple and the second temple, also in the beginning of the second temple. Anshe Knesset Gadola. Hine, behold, Kalalos Mesirut Torah, the general law of giving over the Torah to Moshe and to the Jewish people, Nikra is called B'Shem Matana, a gift. A gift. Shenitna lanu HaTorah, that God gave us the Torah. Right? This is the thing we must never, ever forget. When we are learning the Torah, we are learning the Torah of God. God is saying these words right now. God is thinking these words right now. God is desiring these words right now. This is God's wisdom. This is God's will. Every letter that we're saying right now, very important. When you learn Torah, you're supposed to think, I am now connecting to the creator of the universe. This is what God is thinking right now. This is God's thought. Lochen, therefore, Hine, behold, B'chag HaShavuot, in the holiday of Shavuot, Shehu, which is Hazman, the time, Shenitna, that was given, Lanu, to us, the Torah, Kav'u, it was set. Kav'u was set, Benusach, in the version, in the, how do you say, the print, the order, Hatfilah, of the prayer, of Shemon Esrei. What do we say on Shavuot? Okay, with me, Herschel. Zman Matan Toratenu. Quote, the time, Matan, of the giving, Toratenu, of our Torah. The time, Matan, the Torah was given to us. It's a gift. The Nusach HaBaracha, and the how do you say, the order, the version of the blessing that we say when we read the Torah is, when you're called up to the Torah, what do you say? And also every morning you make a blessing on the Torah. What do you say? Noten at lanu et Torato. God gives us His Torah. He gave us His Torah. V'chotmim, and we end noten a Torah, that God gives the Torah. The b'chalalut, that in general, kulam hu ma shekodesh baruch hu, that which God natan lanu et the Torah, He gave us His Torah. If so, the whole thing of the Torah is what God gave to us. Tzorech lahavin, we have to understand mipenei ma, why Omer Khan does it say over here Moshe kibel Torah, that Moses received the Torah at Har Sinai. It should have begun Pirkei Avot lichaora. What does lichaora mean? At first glance, you can put numbers down the side of the page if you want to, and then when I say a word, you can put a little number and then you jump over. Lichaora, at first glance, very common in here.
All these classes are available on YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah, but it's better to write it down in a minute.
Okay. No, but if he wants to watch it again later.
Again, yeah, good. Ulichaora, at first glance, hava le lamemer. This is an abbreviation. Hava le lamemer. It should have said. Not Moshe kibel Torah misina. Not that Moses received the Torah, but HaKodesh Baruch Hu, God, Natan et the Torah. He gave the Torah to Moshe. The most important thing is that God gave the Torah. Not so important that Moses got it. Moshe kibel Torah misina, wonderful. But the most important thing is, Todah. The most important thing is that Hashem received the Torah. This must have come out on its own or something. Look at all these copies I have now. Okay. He says when it rains, it pours. V'tzorich lahavin, we have to understand, mipenei ma, why, Omer, does it say, kan here, Moshe kibel Torah misinai? Why does it say over here that Moshe received the Torah from Sinai? At first glance, it should have said that God gave the Torah from Sinai. Okay, va'od, and also, tzorech lahavin, we have to understand. Dehine, behold, chashiv kan, it is written here, inyan va'ofen mesirat, it is written here the way of the giving and the receiving of the Torah, bihishtal shalut, in a chain. Midor ledor, from one generation to another. Delihiyot, that because the Torah, he is pirush, an explanation, ubiur, and a clarification, ha mitzvot, of the commandments, di Torah shebichtav, which are in the written Torah. Therefore, in the written Torah, nizkeret is mentioned, a mitzvot, the commandments, bekitzur, short, uberemez, and in a hint. For instance, in the Torah, it says you should put a mezuzah on your door. It doesn't explain what a mezuzah is. And in the Torah, it doesn't appear the word tefillin. It says you should put a sign on your arm and totafot between your eyes. What does it mean? What type of a sign? It doesn't explain. Even the 10 Commandments, it says you should keep the Shabbat. It doesn't explain what it means. Except for don't burn fire in your house. It doesn't say what it is. In fact, all the 10 Commandments are not clear. Don't kill. Maybe it means don't kill bacteria. Maybe, right? Don't steal. Maybe it means don't steal first base. Right? Rak b'Torah shebal peh. Only in the oral Torah, mevuaret is explained, kol mitzvot, all the commandments, beprati dineim, and all their details, kilchatan, as the law. Ukamoshe katuv, and as it is written, ve'etanim moste oretz, the ancient ones founded the earth. Who are these ancient ones that founded the earth? The Eitanim, these ancient ones that founded the earth, Hem Atanaim. They are the Tanaim and the Amoraim. חבר'ה, אתם יכולים להיות בשקט שם בבקשה. בבקשה, זה מפריע. תודה. The Tanaim and the Amoraim. Sheyizdu, that they founded at the Torah Shebal Peh, the oral Torah.